What's up guys, Tyler, welcome back to a brand new video, and this will be my DCEU Retrospective. So as always, let's get into it. So, I've thought a lot about this video over the past maybe 6 months or so. And I knew I wanted to do a video about the DCEU because last year in December, it all ended with Aquaman the Lost Kingdom. So I thought I would do a retrospective on it and talk about some things I liked about it and some things that I think could have been better and some things that should have happened. And basically, I got top five things I like about it. So I'm gonna go through all the films right here, just to tell you which ones I really like. Here, so starting off with Man of Steel. So this movie really gets a lot of hate for it not being like too Supermanish compared to like Superman Returns and stuff like that. It's not like traditional, but I mean, my opinion, that's one of the things that I guess it turned me off about the DCU at first, this and BVS, but as time went on, I really grown to appreciate this film and BVS, and it's one of those things where you don't know what he got until it's gone. Because I mean, the DCU's over with now. We're never gonna see Henry Cavill as Superman or Affleck back as Batman ever again, unless they do like some kind of type of multiverse thing later down in the future with the DCU. So if they do reprise the roles, I'll be happy to see them again. So, but anyway, what I like about Man of Steel is that it was different. It wasn't a traditional Superman film, and it's about Clark finding out who he is throughout the whole film, because he doesn't become Clark Kent, the Daily Reporter, uh, of Daily Planet reporter until the end of the film, which I think is cool. It sets up the next film, which in my opinion, the next film that should have been after that, it should have been a Man of Steel 2. In my opinion. Or the next DCU film after that should have been Affleck's solo Batman film, and then Man of Steel 2. Then later you can lead up to BVS or something like that. You can do Wonder Woman before. So instead of getting into BVS too quick, because in my opinion, they went way too fast and they ignored the thing that Marvel did, and the thing that they ignored that Marvel did was building everything up. They wanted to rush. Warner Bros. Wanted to rush, and then therefore we got BVS. And that came out like 3 years later. And that span of time, you could have easily given us a Man of Steel 2, a Wonder Woman film, a Ben Affleck Batman film. So, but either way, I think it could have worked if we got Man of Steel 2 after that, then possibly BVS, and then Wonder Woman. So, either way, I think it could have worked. Wherever you put Wonder Woman, it could be after BVS or before BVS, or whatever. Because Wonder Woman is an origin story anyway. So the cast, great for Man of Steel. Henry Cavill Superman, great. He never got to live up to the full potential of Superman. So we got to see a little bit of that of Clark and the ultimate cut of BVS. So get to that right now. It's the regular cut BVS. You guys remember this way before I had a Blu-ray player, so got the regular DVD right here. Well, the 2-disc version. I always got the 2-disc special editions of each film. Here's the ultimate cut right here. Very story-driven, and another thing I love about Man of Steel that is story-driven. 3 films I really like. Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League. They were very story-driven. So, and it also goes to prove that you don't necessarily have to have an action scene in every movie, or well, there doesn't have to be more action, because I know some people may say, well, it was lacking action. Well, at least it's better than certain MCU films now, which there's tons of action, but it lacks story. So any film after Deadpool and Wolverine, except for No Way Home and Guardians 3, because those were good. So, but and obviously, of course, BVS gave us the whole DC Trinity together. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman finally came together. So, cool. Doomsday is the only thing I didn't like about the film. Doomsday, they could have done that a little bit better. And I didn't like how they killed off Jimmy. Next up, we got Suicide Squad, the extended cut. So, this film, I really do believe it could have been way better if Warner Bros. Will let David Ayer do what he wanted. It would have been so much better. So they could have we call it they could have made Jared Leto's Joker a little better too. Said this a lot of times it's not necessarily the actor, it's the script. So the Wonder Woman, that's a good stuff for here. Wonder Woman, good origin story. The first good female superhero movie. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman in general, I think she's amazing as Wonder Woman. And then this is where everything starts to fall apart. Justice League, directed by Joss Whedon. Looks cool and everything. I was so excited for the first trailer when it came out. Zack Snyder was still directing it, and then when I saw this movie, I was like, what the hell? Because total tone change, I think that was a huge mistake. They should have waited for Zack to warn his daughter. They should have waited, and they should have put it out in 2018 so it could rival Infinity War. Who knows? Could have made a huge number of box office numbers. I mean, it could have made a lot of money in the box office, but never know. Then we get back to some good stuff here with Aquaman. This film right here, it made the most money in the box office. Surprisingly, I mean, no one would think that this would have made the most money in the box office. You would think it would be Batman or Superman, but no, it was Aquaman. And the one thing I liked about it is that it made Aquaman cool. The DCU made Aquaman cool, especially with the casting of Jason Momoa. Then right here. Next we got Shazam. I think this film is great. Totally inappropriate. Reminds me of Spider-Man Homecoming, which is what you want, kind of like John Hughes films. Because I mean, Shazam, Captain Marvel in general, he is a kid. Billy Batson, Zachary Levi, I thought was great for the role. Birds of Prey, I thought it was okay. I think that the story could have been better, and the way that Ewan McGregor acted as Black Mask, I don't know, I just wasn't buying it. The same with Zaz. I thought they could have been a little better, but the female cast I thought was great. Next up we have Wonder Woman 1984. I really wish they would have rewrote the whole script because it was weird, but I did like the suit though. They could have done a little bit better with Cheetah. Zack Snyder's Justice League. What can I say? This film is. When I heard the announcement they're going to do Zack Snyder the film, I was so excited. I saw the trailer. I was like, yes, this is what us fans want, and we got it right here. Maybe 4 hours, but it is worth it. I could sit through a 4-hour movie. I know it's good enough. If it has a good story, good action, I'm all for it. And this is exactly what you get in here. All the characters work together. There's no unnecessary comedy like Justice League or the MCU. It's great. Story, music, great. They got Junkie XL back for the music. Awesome. Next up, we got the Suicide Squad. I think the way James Gunn did this, I think it was great. It took me a while to get used to it, the tone, but I think he really got away with it. Just goes to show you that he can do group films. I mean, come on, he did Guardians 3. So next up we have Black Adam. So this film, it could have been better than what it was. But I do think the highlight of the film was Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate and the guy who played Hawkman and The Rock's Black Adam. He did not act like himself, which I thought was great. Next up we have Shazam! Fear of the Gods. This movie could have been way better. The first one was better than this one. The best part about this movie is probably the suits and Gal Gadot's cameo as Wonder Woman. So next up, here we have The Flash. So a lot of people had this movie for obvious reasons. So I mean, but it gave us Michael Keaton back as Batman. I mean, Michael Keaton killed it once again as Batman as always. And Ezra Miller, even though I may not be a good person, he killed it as a Flash. He was emotional when needs to be emotional and funny when needs to be funny. The dynamic between him as both Bears I thought was great. Sasha Kaye as Supergirl was interesting. The little cameos they had there with CGI, cool. Could have done better on the CGI. And they could have told Christopher Reeve's estate they're going to do that. And then I don't have Peacemaker, but I do like that show. I think it was well put together by James Gunn. And then Blue Beetle, I will talk about that a little bit, even though, in my opinion, it's not really a DCU film. It stands out on its own. I think it was a great film, great family dynamic. The villain could have been a little bit better, though. And then here we get to the final film. We have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I think they could have dealt with without the comedy in here. I think the last scene was kind of a throwaway in my opinion, but Jason Momoa, once again, he kills his Aquaman. The visuals in here is great, just like it is from the first one. James Wan did a great job with that. And in general, I really do think that the DCU could have been better without any of the studio interferences, because a lot of that was unnecessary. And top 5 things I like about the DCU that it goes is 1, the Justice League cast. I think everyone was cast. The Justice League was great. Martian Manhunter, great. And everyone else, awesome. 2, the costumes. I absolutely loved all the costumes, especially Cavill's Superman suit. My favorite one would probably have to be the one from Justice League. The regular Justice League, Joss Whedon, because I just like the way the blue and the yellow is, and the red. 3, it made Aquaman cool. Aquaman's like a household name now, which is pretty cool. So I've always liked the character. Just Momoa as Aquaman in general is great. And then 4, they made the House of L symbol for Superman Hope. I think that was a huge game changer. It really set the standard for the symbol going forward in the DCU. I mean, when I see this symbol, I think of hope. And no other Superman